How about that? Uncovered a buried grove of nandinas this afternoon. Yeah, that's the road. That's why I stopped uncovering. I was out here by the fire last night. This old stump we've been working on burning. It's about beat, I believe. But we've been working on this fence over here for the turkeys that are coming soon, and clearing out all this. I had to go just trash trees, I call them. I guess no trees are trash trees, but these bore those big old thorns, and I don't know if they're boat arc or what they are. But anyways, they had to go for other things to live and grow. Big old pecan tree here. But I remember as a kid dragging a big old long water hose out from the furthest spigot out, which is still about 100 yards away, 100 feet away. And then I had azaleas just packed through here. And those summers were relentless, and they had to have that water. And I guess there's one of them left in there. I was kind of hoping I'd run across one that maybe survived all this overgrowth over the years, but not so much. But that old monkey grass sure survived, didn't it? This thing was, it's hard to remember what a thicket this was when we moved in here in May a couple of years ago. But proud to start beating it back. And this fence building stuff, you got to take a little time on it, so I've resolved that I'm not going to get it built in a day. So I'm going back to my old methodology of just doing what I can as I can, and trying to use the materials that we have here on the place. I could run down and pick up all the stuff we needed, but figured, I raised being thrifty, so I'll be thrifty right on and try to use what I can. I'll have to buy a few things, but it won't be bad. But we're gonna have a dual pasture, I guess, or a dual pen, if you will. We've got a nice slab over here in an old calf crib that I'll convert and have a turkey brooder in one part of it, and have those goats stall in the other. And when we let them out, the turkeys will get to go down there to the grass, and they need that. Got some clover planted down there, so hopefully it'll be coming on before too long. And build a little gate here for them to get out, but all up in here is where we'll have the goats. And I found some old cyclone fence. Look at there. There's several pieces of it. I can make use of that with some of these old T-posts laying around. I don't have as many T-posts as I have fence posts, but y'all know what that requires. A little labor digging holes. But I figured I'd save the T-posts for the areas where the roots are heavy. And out here where it's not, I'll use the old-fashioned kind of diggers. It wasn't too bad. We made pretty quick work out of these three. Of course, they're not set. We're just staging. I'll probably have to dig another hole and move them before it's over with. But looking forward to that. Good news is I'm kind of under pressure getting it ready, as them goats are born about a week ago. But after talking with the current owner, one getting them ready for us, they'd like to keep them about 6-8 weeks and get them docile and ready for a move. So that's actually a good thing, right? At least for me. It gives me some time to get this fence built. Turkeys, I think, will be here the 1st of April, from what I understand. And of course, it don't take much to hold those babies in. They'll be in a coop for the first 6-8 weeks. So I'm a good 2 or 3 months away from really having to have that fence built. So I've got time to do a little at the time. Funny what we've uncovered as we dig into this old thicket. Actually uncovered that duck the other day. That duck got tired of getting them roosters wearing it out, and Jordan and I was out here clearing a straight line through that thicket for the fence panels, and we heard a duck quacking. Sure enough, he'd had him a little shelter out there in the woods, so we had to kind of scoop him up and show him where home was before dark. But I don't know that he was that excited to get in there. All is well there. We're back up to starting to get a little production. Those of you that raising chickens, I know at the store we get a lot of questions about this time of year. They're not laying. Some folks worried about worms and different things, but that's just nature. And usually around October, the time change, they're going to decrease quite a bit, if not quit altogether. Depends on the breed. they need about 14 hours of daylight to lay. And I know some people light up the pens and let them lay all year round. I'm not a big advocate of that. I think they take a rest for a reason. Nature has a plan. So I do start lighting up about this time of the year. Got a little timer and a few little bulbs out there that come on around 4 a.m. Kind of trick them a little bit. I think the sun's coming up a little earlier. But I think they're only half full because we're up to a dozen eggs a day from 9. But I've been blessed. They pretty much laid throughout the winter, even without the artificial light. I think we've averaged 4 or 5 a day. But, there's 80 critters in there, so we'll be having dozens of eggs daily pretty quick. Spring is in the air. We still have some winter to go. Won't be able to tell it this week, will we? Not down here. I think 70s tomorrow, rain's coming. But, I guess this time next week I'll be growing up that garden there and planting those taters I've got cut up. Looking forward to a little better success this year. I guess I cheated a little bit, threw a little fertilizer out here on this ground. It'll be good to let rain soak it in, and we'll roll it up and plant taters. Had a little setback today. The dogs are a little confused, as we are. Yesterday, the male puppy, couldn't find him. Got to looking, he was buried up underneath that old house there where they kind of hid since their birth. Looked a little lethargic. He was way back in there, so I got home today and he had come out, but he's in rough shape. He hadn't been attacked. I think he's eaten something that was poisonous or not good. Probably underneath that old shed. No way I could have known it. But I called a friend of mine in Etoll that does a lot with dogs, and we kind of counseled about some options and pretty much ruled anything like parvo or anything like that out. But we've got that little dude in the house and treating him like a little baby, getting him some fluids. He's alert and okay, but I guess we'll have to wait for Monday to get to the vet. Doing that kind of dollar on it, emergency thing. But we're pumping him full of Pedialyte and little Pepto-Bismol and some chicken broth with no MSG added. He's drinking it only, and he needed some fluids for sure. So hoping all goes well with that. He might get spoiled to being in that living room, though. Watch, he may not. He may act like he's sick from now on. If he gets better, we're gonna think positive. Nature will take its course, and we'll do what we can to help him recover. But Sissy didn't know what was going on. We scooped up her baby and started in the house. Of course, they stopped just shy of the porch, about where that electric fence boundary was, but don't have to use that shock anymore on them. They just know where to stop. But her maternal instinct was sure wanting her to test that boundary. So she didn't know why we was taking that little old baby of hers into that big white-looking thing that we disappear in from time to time. But, she was sitting right there when I came back out. I think she's understanding that we're probably trying to help. All is well on the old place. Enjoyed the nice weather today for sure. The puppy kind of derailed a few things, but we got some more brush burned. And, I wish I could clear off that front line there, but that traffic is already so loud. It'll take years to really grow anything to block it again. So maybe it's good that we leave it there. The old tax assessor will think it's still just a rundown place, huh? No. Looking forward to spring for sure. Hope y'all had a good week, and looking forward to another one next week. Guess we reckon we ought to do a roll call real quick and see who all's around the way and call it an evening. I know Jordan's been creeping out here from time to time and helping with that fire, but I think he's got a little hungry in his eyes. So we might go get us a bite to eat. Planned to do it a little while ago till the puppy needed tending to. It'll wait. We'll be all right. Let's see who all's on here. We'll call it evening. There's Miss Misty up Texarkana way. Miss Sherry. Smoke bug. Yeah, it's still burning. That's right. I still got piles and piles to put on it. Good to see you on this evening. There's Miss Karen Wood. Had a good day. Thank you, ma'am. Angela's checking in. There's Miss Patricia. How are you, ma'am? So let's see here. Who else is on? Scroll. My good friend Donna. Wild man. Love you much. There's Joanna Smith. Joe caught the live for a change. Glad you had a free afternoon. Always said you're close to God on your knees in the dirt. Well, I've been pretty awful close to him today then. Yeah, they were my good work pants this morning, but now they're my good work pants here. I don't think I could wear them back to work. But anyway. There's Miss Ladina. Melissa's checking in. Viola's saying howdy. Jean's saying hi from Swift Hill. Illinois is checking in. There's Donnie. Carolyn Durrell. How are you, ma'am? I'm going to have to catch up with you soon. It's been what's it been, a year since we had a conversation? So you need some eggs, I imagine. Won't be long. I'll have plenty to spread around. Miss Linda, how are you? Lexington, Kentucky. There's Roy. Did have a good day. We're ready for a good week as well. Martinsville's here with Gene. There's Jay from Sardis, Mississippi. Well, said he loves the show. I don't know. I guess whatever it is, it is. But thank you for that, Jay. There's my good friend Andrew. How are you, sir? That snow moon here in central northeastern Florida. Man, it was something this morning. I get my cup of coffee and loaded up in the truck, head to the store before daylight. And it was just above the horizon. And wouldn't you know it, it was shining right through a big old pine tree. Nothing like moonlight in the pines, huh? Been a few old song lyrics had that in it. I saw it in real time this morning. It made me stop for a minute. It was good. Couldn't stop too long. I'd get run over by that big old log truck coming through. Had to keep moving. There's Phoenix checking in. Andrea, how are you? Manuel, my buddy, Lufkin, Texas way. He's having a birthday today, I believe. So happy birthday to you, sir. You need to save me a piece of that cake or whatever you're eating today, and I'll get it in the morning. How's that? Alexis is checking in. The singing jars. Okay. There's Faith. I think she's returning from California. Had a little business trip out that way. I feel pretty confident that she's ready to be back in South Carolina. That new puppy and good man of hers and just friendly folks, I think, is what she'd say it. Since she didn't really fit in afterwards. That's all right. I'm sure she smiled and got along with it. Man, that road loud. I don't know why I came up here, y'all. All right. Y'all have a good evening. Be the light. And I guess we'll check in when the mad rush slows down sometime this week. Until then, make a difference. We'll see you.